I was horrifically sick from both my flight to Japan from New York and on the way back. And I felt okay at the start of the flight. About halfway through, I started getting nauseous and really uneasy. And about 12 hours into the 15-hour flight, I was vomiting and I had a chronic migraine headache. It was so bad that when I got to Tokyo, I barely made it off the plane, and I sat in like the load off area with like three Japanese flight attendants stared at me worrying while I like laid on the floor with my oxygen machine hooked up to myself for about half an hour, and then they wheelchaired me through immigration. On the way back was the same. I was able to get through immigration myself, but the U.S. officers were trying to detain me and get me into an ambulance. And there are multiple reasons I think I was so sick. Although I was shielding myself from EMF Wi-Fi radiation, on past flights I had like a personal oxygen thing that was blowing in. I guess it depends on the plane. Didn't have that, so the air quality on these planes is very low. The second thing is that it was very hot. The temperature was high. I was sweating. I was dehydrating myself. The flight attendants couldn't do anything. Drinking water wasn't helping, so I was overheating most of the flight. The third thing is all of these people around you, and half of them were coughing and sick. So I'm breathing in air from all these other people for 15 hours straight. Of course, I'm going to feel horrific. Number four, how much EMF, radio frequency radiation, was getting through my shielding headgear. How much magnetic fields are there from the engines and other devices on the plane, and it was so bad. I just got in the car, couldn't say a word, just sat there in pain. And then when I finally got home in the low radiation environment with my oxygen machine, I was able to rest and relax, and over about a 12-hour period recover from the headaches. And now I finally feel a little better. But this happened in Japan too. They wheelchaired me through immigration. I vomited before getting on the taxi. The taxi driver didn't want to take me to my hotel. Then in my hotel, I laid in pain for about 2 or 3 hours in bed. Uber Eats some food, ate the food, started feeling a little better, and was ultimately able to recover. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I never want to experience that again. I'm probably going to only fly first class, which is a crazy expense, and I'm going to have to get a doctor to prescribe me a higher level oxygen machine and get a better oxygen machine that I can use on the whole flight, because obviously I'm not as healthy as these other people, and my liver isn't functioning that well. So I basically almost die on a 15-hour flight. But there are many stories and there are many people who require hospitalization on flights. It's really shoved under the rug how unhealthy these plane environments are.